Well, the Russian dossier is looking flimsier and filthier by the day. A newly unsealed deposition of its author, Christopher Steele, suggested Steele may have verified his research by using actual amateurs, literally amateurs. Fox Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge has been on the story for a long time and has the latest for us. Catherine?
Well, thank you, Tucker, and good evening. These unsealed records from the BuzzFeed defamation case brought by a Russian oligarch show how the anti-Trump dossier was circulated during the 2016 election. Court records confirm that David Kramer, then an aide to the late Senator John McCain, gave the dossier to BuzzFeed News as well as about a dozen reporters. Kramer told the court he was singled out by the dossier's author, former British spy Christopher Steele, to lend credibility to the Democrat-funded opposition research. Steele admitted under oath that he tried to verify the dossier using a CNN iReport story. The OPPO research was directed by Glenn Simpson of Fusion GPS. Quote, "I think they felt a senior Republican was better to be the recipient of this rather than a Democrat, because if it were a Democrat, I think that the view was that it would have been dismissed as a political attack." The FBI's former counterintelligence chief Bill Priestap also filed this declaration confirming the FBI got the dossier's first 33 pages from McCain in December 2016, though the FBI was already receiving the memos from other sources. Priestap also confirmed President Obama was briefed on the unverified dossier by senior intelligence officials, including then DNI James Clapper, 10 days before the inauguration. And that's at virtually the same time that BuzzFeed published the dossier online. Tucker.
An amazing story. Catherine Herridge, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Newly released congressional transcripts give us new details about the investigation into Hillary Clinton's email server. Last year, Peter Strzok, formerly of the FBI, told the Congress that the FBI cut a deal with the Clinton camp that kept them from reading any of the Clinton Foundation emails that were kept on Hillary Clinton's private email server. How does that work? Dan Bongino is a former Secret Service agent, and he joins us tonight. Dan, thanks a lot for coming on. So we've seen a number of people get indicted, investigated, indicted, prosecuted. Some of them will go to jail. One just did, Paul Manafort. Roger Stone's trial is coming up in November. Are any of those people offered that kind of accommodation, do you think, by federal prosecutors?
No way. You know, Tucker, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, it's clear right now that Lady Justice being blind means something completely different. Justice is blind to Democrats, but like here's the Republican thing. It's like they're peeking and they're looking at a Republican at the other. Lady Justice isn't blind anymore. I mean, think about what happened. Let's just rationally think this through. I know it's hard for liberals to put their politics aside, but you have a suspect in a criminal case, the Clinton team. We can all agree they were suspects, right, in a criminal investigation.
Right.
You have the suspect's attorney dictating to the Department of Justice, the FBI, the terms of what information they'll surrender or they won't. Tucker, let's just think that you don't have to be MacGyver to figure this out, okay? Do you think the suspect, it's not a trick question, buddy, you think the suspect is more likely to turn over information that's incriminating or less likely? Let's think that through for a second. I'm going to say, give me what is, they're not going to turn over the incriminating information, Alex, for 200, and I think you'd be okay with that. But yes, everybody else, the liberals and the media think this is A-okay.
It almost seems like a non-political principle. I'm still not convinced that most DOJ employees are hardcore Democratic voters. Some of them clearly are. Peter Strzok is one of them. But it does seem like a case where the people who have the most power face the most lenient punishment. And the people who have no power wake up to find a federal agent with an AR-15 in their faces.
Yeah, you know, I'd agree with you. I'm glad you said that. I wouldn't disparage all DOJ employees either. I mean, the left does that. They broad brush paint everyone. But I would agree with your assessment here that this small cabal of people at the top who were operating the DOJ during the Obama administration were clearly at this point, if you're looking at this through clear, not rose-colored glasses, clearly covering up for the Clintons and Barack Obama. Tucker, I can't say this enough. It's not some kind of crazy X-Files conspiracy theory to say what we know happened. Barack Obama emailed, Hillary Clinton, emailed Barack Obama. We know this. We know she emailed him from a private account. How do we know this? Because Hillary didn't have a state account. We know she emailed him from foreign soil. We also know Barack Obama said he didn't know about Hillary's email. He said in a televised interview we can all watch. He said that. It's on the record. How did he not know? Now, here's the kicker, Tucker. Barack Obama had a BlackBerry, an email device. WACA, the White House Communication Agency, has to whitelist emails that come into that device so he doesn't get spam and Trojans and things like that on the device. How did Hillary's private email get on that if Obama and his staff didn't know about Hillary's email? Sounds kind of like a scam to me, don't you think? I think they're covering.
It sounds like an unanswerable question. It sounds like an unanswerable question. Really quick, will this ever be resolved?
I think it will. I think Bill Barr has absolutely nothing to lose. I think he's going to go for it and try to reestablish the reputation of DOJ and FBI. And I think he will get to the bottom of this. I'm sure of it.
I hope so. For the sake of all of us, regardless of political party,
I agree.
You ought to be able to trust your government. Dan Bongino, thanks a million. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, man. Good to see you.